Greetings, minions! It is I, the Flaming Monocle, and I'm here with my very good friend T-Dude.
Hello.
And we're playing Seven Wonders again, but this is the ancient Alien Makeover edition.
Yeah, which is, I suppose... Look at that weird blob. That is a perverted, creepy blob.
So my name is...
That's what I look like when I slide into the bath.
That's why I gotta slide out of the bath. Okay, well, nice and smooth transition there.
Wow.
So this is what I might want to start a new game because this is too far advanced, I think. So maybe
that's what you did last time.
Yeah, we'll start a new game, I think. How do I do that? I click here, new profile. T. Oh, it allows dashes, dude.
Wow, we've come a long way.
I don't know when the last game was made, actually, but welcome, T-Dude. Let's play.
Sometimes I don't know just whether or not it's a...
Welcome, a commission of UFO visitors toured the structures built by Workers Guild 7. When the visitors developed engine failures, first contact was made. It was learned that alien crafts were powered by gold and precious gems.
Oh, who
a bargain was
this
struck
crap?
where the guild would supply these resources in exchange for alien technology.
This is just pure waffle.
And expertise, and the reason for the game is in the architectural construction techniques and aesthetics. We will show you our advanced alien aesthetics in exchange for all your golden gems.
This is a Candy Crush game. Well, we've got 2 paragraphs.
The aliens submitted blueprints for a series of megastructures designed to supercharge the Earth. Workers Guild 7 complained that the construction schedule would take too much time away from their family and friends. It was agreed that a village plateau would be designated for the families, and the aliens were transported from wonder to wonder. Decorating commenced. Humans and aliens were happy with the arrangements, except humans were being ripped off.
The taxation of trade routes.
All we will do is take away all of your... by which we mean gold. Welcome to your village. The village is the place where you can unlock new buildings, buy decorations, and unlock spectral items. Because you haven't yet completed a wonder, you have no unlocked items. Go to the city hall to get your first contract. City hall. Is it city hall?
City hall.
Temple of Inscriptions in Mexico. Let's do it.
I'd rather go to the Temple of Description.
This is the recommended setting by Workers Guild 7 for quick but safe construction. There is no time limit here. Play at your own pace with a frozen timer.
Oh, like English roads.
This is the setting for skilled guild members who've mastered all the tools in their bag. This is the setting for non-union workers who work with reckless abandon for the sake of highest bragging. Right?
China.
We'll do normal then.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be the Apple headquarters. Okay. So we still have these little dudes.
Oh, it's nice that they've kept the visual aesthetic.
Swap runes to do blah blah blah. Same game, same game, same game.
At least they're honest in the title. It's called a makeover.
Exactly.
Oh, this seems more clunky than the previous game.
It's like everything's so painful.
We spent all the money on the opening screen. What is
going?
Oh yeah, forget there's aliens involved.
Aliens do all the bad things in all of the films ever made.
Not.
Except Gort. He was pretty cool.
Well, okay. He's a robot.
He was still alien in origin.
Yeah, but so's like... Anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Collect 6 blueprint pieces to unlock a new building for your village.
So, what's... Just for the listeners... viewers.
Oh yes,
what are the main differences? Oh look, the chef's carrying a steaming pile of Ferrero Rocher. Oh,
steaming pile of Ferrero Rocher. Oh, Ambassador, you're spoiling us.
Hot dog? Like you just made the hot dog speech set.
Cut your own throat dibbler is just on an escapade to sell sausage in a bun.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could talk with images instead of speech. Do you know what I mean? Like, I open my mouth, but a speech bubble comes out, and then there's a picture of a hot dog on it. Like, oh, Tom's hungry. or he wants to give you a hot dog. But if he's not holding a hot dog, I'll be worried.
What's the time? If time runs out, you have to replay the level.
The timer's a bit more, less... What?
What? Some sort... Oh, that's the alien element. It gives me new special powers.
Well, it just sucks.
That just sucks. In quite the literal fashion.
There's a sweet there.
It does look like a sweetie.
Yeah.
It's like a little trumpet. That Oh, a cornerstone appears when all of the background bits have gone, and then, unlike in the other game where the cornerstone would appear pretty much anywhere, and you just on this one it only happens when you've cleared the background, so that can really drain your time, I suppose. Bonus match. If I get some, oh yeah, if you match these, you get more time.
All right. Oh, what? So it has a listing.
Yeah, and you have a certain amount of time. Ooh, get loads back time. And these ones with bricks in the middle, when you break these ones, they give you bricks.
Better bricks.
Yeah. So,
and just like the last one, the bricks that people take away are good.
Yeah, I've not really figured that bit out because obviously, once you finish the level,
you can't see them building anything in the background.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Or maybe it'll
pan across.
I think maybe once we finish the very first level, it'll get to that point.
Yeah, there's some fast-moving clouds in the background.
Gosh, those are fast-moving clouds. I'm wondering what's going on back there.
That's like a proper. What the done? Yeah, everyone's dancing and happy, apart from the guy that's sitting down having a donut. All right, okay.
Build the wonder by clicking on outlined sections. Click.
How can you build a wonder?
That is the best wonder ever.
Wow, I'm going to fly halfway around the digital world to see that.
Well done, extra power up, ex-Tesla.
What?
Let's use the name of Tesla. Oh, hang on. Oh, clicked off it. Never mind.
So
3 stars of destiny all over again.
I'm not going to bother trying to figure out the logic of what's going on in the backstory of all of this.
It's arbitrary backstory for the sake of people who wish to read such garbage.
But are we an alien? I probably should have not knocked the 2 paragraphs of backstory that we could have.
I could tell you're all. I could tell you're really into the whole thing.
So last episode we were having quite a long conversation about sort of our gaming roots and I was asking the question whether or not you think that obviously the gaming universe, the gaming platforms, if you will, thanks to Steam and digital downloads and all that kind of stuff, and the fact that maybe not in the UK because a few games shops got shut down.
A few, I think
most of them, and HMV's gone and all that kind of stuff. But there's no denying that obviously gaming is not only more popular and the industry is not only earning more money by the freaking year, but there's more games on offer to say like a 7-year-old now, if you like, compared to when I was 7 and trying out AOL floppy disks. When
AOL had floppy disks.
For demos and that kind of time. I guess what I'm really asking you is, do you think that perhaps there's just like with perhaps films and TV and stuff, that there is just now a complete oversaturation of entertainment? Is it a renaissance, or are there problems with that?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, there's definitely a renaissance in the sense that there are lots of really good startup indie game developers who are doing an absolutely sterling job.
For the developers, sure, great,
but in terms of gamers, that
because if I was 7 now, the reason why I'm asking this is because I think and even now, I look at my Steam list, which is nowhere near as big as the Steam list that you got going on, but my personal Steam list is still chock full of games. But I just look at it and I think I don't know what to play. I'm like, I don't get invested in games as much now, and it's whether or not it's just because of who I am, but on what I'm choosing to do with my life. But it's there's so many out there. I just think I get bored of things more easily.
Of course.
And because I know I'll channel hop to the next game and just see what that is.
Yeah.
I don't get super excited because there's so many that I think maybe the next one of these games is going to keep me hooked for 10 hours.
Yeah.
So I just wondered what your thoughts were on that. I know you game all the time.
Well, this is it. I think it's the way you approach it, and I suppose it's all about a generational thing as well, because certainly, I mean, I'm looking at the reviews for something like Final Fantasy XIII, and I'm thinking to myself,
which is like 4 years old now, by the way.
I'm thinking, that's not right. This game was an advanced corridor simulator, which is... And most people are in two minds about that. They'll say, yes, it is an advanced corridor simulator, or they'll say, no, shut up, it gets way better at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that, but to this day, it's the only Final Fantasy game I've yet to complete. The main Final Fantasy game. It's the only one so far that I've not finished. Not because of... wrong way. Not because of any sort of moral sort of stand was, this game is terrible, therefore I won't complete it. I did actually try to play it.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I just didn't pick it up again. Not consciously.
Same, because I was really, actually, talking about being excited about games and everything, and sticking to things. I think that was probably one of the last games that I was really looking forward to. I had on pre-order, and just because it was a Final Fantasy game, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get stuck into this, I'm going to really enjoy it, I'm going to take my time.
And all of the previews leading up to it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really fantastic. Everything really you expect from a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, and not to mention we were waiting a long time for it.
Yeah.
And it was and also it was the first one on what was the next generation console, which was the PS3.
Yes, which was immediately sort of like a shortcut.
The first HD, as far as like consoles go, the first proper HD production, Final Fantasy game, and so I was really looking forward to it. But like you, I played about 10 hours, and like I don't know whether or not that's the first quarter of the game or the first eighth of the game.
I think I was somewhere in the first half, somewhere.
Somewhere in the first half. Yeah, I feel like I was judging by the other bits and pieces I looked at after it. It looks like I was in the first. I completed the first quarter, but my God, it was pretty. But you're right, it was a corridor simulator, but also. Final Fantasy games, they're not the best games ever. They're the best containers for some of the best stories.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I loved 7, I loved 8, and I loved 9. The stories were fantastic. And do you know what? 10 was one of my favourite stories.
I think 10 stands up really well as well.
It's still, even all these years later, it's still fantastic.
Absolutely.
But the story that I was experiencing with, the foul sea and the sea.
The thing is,
and everything.
you managed to retain more of this information than I did, because I remember playing this game thinking, I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah, because it's complete horse
manure.
It was terrible. Not only that, but they had to whenever you loaded up say if you turned the PlayStation off and back on again and loaded up the game to continue playing.
After you've waited the 17 years for it to update.
Yeah, after you've updated. Yeah. It gave you, much like the beginning of this game, it gave you a load of paragraphs to tell you what's going on so far. And I couldn't even understand that.
This guy is a goldsmith. So we're not using all the gold to power their spaceships.
Yeah. It looks like... Oh.
Okay. Carry on.
But anyway, yeah, so to finish my rant about Final Fantasy XIII, the thing is, when because we were talking earlier about, or in the previous episode, we were talking about, AAA games basically being, interactive movies.
Sure.
10 hour long interactive movies, which you press X not to die. And the thing is that that's fine, as long as it advertises itself as that, that's absolutely fine. I really like interactive, great, AAA entertainment. Yeah, but when the story's arse and really difficult to understand, you can't invest in any of the characters. Oh, one of those characters in 13, by the way, makes me want to, her voice. Vanille. Jeez.
I just thought I'd throw that one out
In fact, she was the one... she was talking just as my head was about to explode. Luckily, the PlayStation 3 actually broke when she was talking.
That's a shame.
I say luckily, it did cost me quite a bit of money to get it fixed, but she happened to be I'm not surprised that a piece of hardware would actually break itself. Because
stop talking!
She had the most horrible voice acting I have ever heard in a Final Fantasy game or even in a game. Terrible. And so every time I would think about, like, because, you were saying how you wanted to revisit it, and we will be revisiting it on this list.
Indeed.
Because it's on the list.
When we get to F.
When we get to F, and we power through Final Fantasies 1 through...
13-2.
Yeah.
But, maybe we'll be proved wrong.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's the greatest game ever and we just haven't been playing it.
Oh, but my point is like, after 10 hours of sticking with it, you got to admit, and I have a short attention span, or like, not attention span, but like, I got a short fuse.
Yeah.
As far as putting up with rubbish everything, and I couldn't take it anymore.
I'm willing to give it a second chance, if only because, actually, I get more frustrated when I don't finish a game when I've started it.
Oh, yeah, same with me and books. Like, I think I told you, I really want to, if I start a book, I think like, oh, God, if it's terrible, but I need to finish it so that I can put it down, close the book, put it down. I'm a completist.
Definitely. Well, this is why we're doing this. I say that we're doing it this way. It's very difficult to sort of sit here and think. Part of the reason I started the Flaming Monocle channel was so that I would play all of my games to completion. Now, a lot of you may argue that because we are only spending one episode on these particular titles, the Seven Wonders ones, example, that we are somehow not fulfilling that obligation. I kind of took it upon myself to...
You got to put some rules somewhere, otherwise it's broken.
This game does have a state of completion. You can finish all the wonders and build your city and all that, which is fine. But it's, at the end of the day, a puzzle game which has a story, which is not... It doesn't impact on the way you play the game.
Yeah.
The sort of game that I'm more referring to in terms of completing is a game where it does have a beginning, middle, end, like 39 Steps, which was a story, and absolutely
and arguably not even a game.
Well, this is it, but I mean, it's on the list, so that's I've got to. If it's on the list, it's got to be played.
I think if it's on the list, we boot it up.
Absolutely. And if it's not on the list, well yeah, whatever.
Then we don't play.
Then we don't play the game.
If it's not on the list,
we're not playing.
We don't know it's there. Just like that new game, Flaversham.
Flaversham, is that not a place in near London?
Maybe.
Flaversham. That sounds like such an English name for a town.
I suppose so. My point was, Flaversham is a game that doesn't exist, and we'll never play it because it doesn't exist, and we'll never play it.
Yes, we're here to play all the games that have ever been made, and all the games that have never been made, and have yet to be made. And that would be quite a...
Like Final Fantasy XXI, which will...
Cloud gets up off of his arse, comes out of retirement, and solves the case of the mystery of why Scooby-Doo was never that good in films. Or something, I don't know.
That actually wouldn't be a waste of Cloud's time. That's better than...
Hang on, we've got a bonus feature? Okay, I wasn't paying attention. What happened there? Collapse clusters of 3 or more similar runes to clear the tiles. Click and drag to match adjacent equal coloured runes. Okay.
Maybe you should be that happy.
Okay, so I've got to get all these guys to get all these...
They're all waiting, like patient little...
things.
Arses.
Hey, stop moving the things.
Oh.
They're not patient at all. They're getting really impatient, in fact.
Have the workers collect all 6 pieces to unlock a new building for your village.
Oh, well, that's something. So
you're leading an excavation party.
Who buries their blueprints? Honestly.
I wouldn't put it past Square.
Well, they did in Final Fantasy VII, bury the key in the Bone Village for the fun. Never mind. To get back into Sector 6. Ignore me. I wasn't paying attention. What colour is this thing that's behind it? Is it yellow?
It's yellow. Yeah, you got all the pieces.
Hooray.
We can now return back to Earth.
Landing pad. Great.
I feel like we are aliens just screwing with this culture.
I think that's great.
For our own... But they seem so happy, I don't want to not.
Where's the landing pad going to go to, you dude?
Landing pad?
Yeah.
Has it got a Starbucks?
Stick it there.
It lands with fireworks attached.
I don't want to get rid of it. Okay, I get coins.
What happened?
You can also earn coins and completing levels in the diamond mine. Use coins to buy decorations for you. I don't wanna. Choose any decoration which you have enough coins to purchase. Fine. You can have one shrub.
Fuck.
There you go.
What is that?
Some sort of purple shrub.
Did you just crap a rock? Ah.
There.
I just want to play a puzzle game.
There you go, there's a rock. You said it was actually a rock.
You just dropped Thor's hammer.
Indeed. And then, I haven't finished building my thing yet.
That's creepy.
How far are we into this episode, dude?
Oh, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, my word. The last one was half an hour, I was quite impressed with that.
Yeah. Well, we had.
Well, no, we might have to edit it down a bit, so by the time you're listening to this, it might have been shorter.
Who knows? But we did build a pyramid.
We did. Not just any old pyramid, but the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah.
And how many people can say they've done that in their lifetime?
Who said Rome wasn't built in half an hour?
That wasn't Rome to start, is it?
No, it's not. It's Giza.
Every time you say Giza, I always think of like some pearly king
It's
complaining about the lack of any old iron or something like that.
Pearly Iron King.
I probably got that incredibly wrong. Sorry, pearly
It's
kings.
like is
If
that
there are any pearly kings watching right now, I do apologise for ruining everything.
is that a rip off of the Lion King?
The Pearly King. That's one of Disney's greatest unmade epics ever.
The Circle of Strife. Oh.
Somewhere, someone's listening to this and thinking, I'm going to make that. Please do.
The Circle of Strife.
Oh, gosh. What a great idea that is.
Puzzle games are puzzle games, but they look quite pretty.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes.
I mean,
like that space one,
how many-
3 Switchy D. It
Okay.
was so pretty.
It was.
But pointless.
But I can't possibly begin to imagine how much time I sunk into Tetris on my Game Boy back in the day.
But the thing is, the reason why I love that is not because of nostalgia, but because it's like some of those early graphics, they're so laser focused. It's only what you need.
Exactly. That's why every other Tetris-based game ever since has never been, or has, at most would have matched it. But I don't think there's one that's come close to matching the original. If only because the core gameplay is there, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah. Everything else is simply windowed. Like all this stuff that we're doing.
It?
What?
Out of this world.
We did it.
And I got all the stars as well. Build the wonder, done in 7 levels, no timeouts, match all coloured cells.
The alien's going to come.
I think these are the aliens here. They're all blue.
Yeah. No, we're going to land.
It's like, thank you for building this for us.
And then we're going to land and screw it up like the white men we are.
What happens now? Congratulations, you have a new building in your village. The research lab. Here you can play a mini game to help the scientists work on new technologies to speed up the construction of the wonders. A glow on the lab indicates you have a new level to play.
No, it indicates it's on fire.
That's not so much a glow as... Go on, let's see what this thing is then. This is a new... Ooh.
What's that?
Roll your mouse over the stone and pick a direction to move it. I see. I have to collect all the things, do I? Well, let's do it.
What's going on?
You can only move as far as the end is. So.
Is this just a quick...
I did this wrong.
No, it's alright. You go that way.
I go get
then
this green
up.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, get the green one. Go up. That way.
And then down.
Down.
No.
No, up one.
I can't go up one. It's got to go all the way.
God. No. No.
Oh.
No. Because look, you have to go up to the up.
Oh, I see.
So if you go, so if you
here,
yeah,
here,
and then down, down, then left,
then right,
and yeah, then down.
Wow, that's the most we've talked about the game in one go before. Oh, we've got the crazy.
Oh, Space Eater.
Hello, my friends.
Oh,
it's like I don't think I'd ever want to see that in real life.
Oh, he has a smile that reminds me of someone. I don't know who.
I think the rest. If you took the smile away,
Kim Jong-il.
Well,
uh-oh. Someone who's going to...
Missiles incoming.
Missiles incoming.
Things that are on fire need attention, is what they're trying to say to us.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to call it there, because ultimately
we'd just be doing more of this slosh.
Yeah, it's more puzzly based goodness, and
it's very attractive.
I mean, I have played a lot of this
that's
already.
The point,
I've played a lot of this already. It is good fun, but I think for the sake of the fact that you've seen all the game has to offer. And the story doesn't really get any more involved than that, other than the aliens are all complete.
It's not War and Peace.
No. So we're going to call it there. So, next on the list is the seventh guest.
Oh.
One of the single greatest games of my childhood. Our childhoods.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, somewhere downstairs, I've still got the original 19... When did it come out?
1990...
Yeah, I think so. I've still got the original CD case.
Oh, wow.
So that's a blast from the past.
Cool. Well, we'll see you there if you're going to be joining us for quite possibly one of the greatest... Do you know what? Seventh Guest is also a puzzle game, but it's also a story-based puzzle game, and there's like several different puzzles there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you've never heard of The Seventh Guest, don't miss out on it. It's absolutely fantastic. In a B-movie sense, it's fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, it's what, you know... back in the early 90s, we'll show you what a AAA title was.
Indeed, and the fact we were all waiting for the sequel, which, by the way, I've also got. So after the 7th guest, we've got the 11th hour. Do please join us then. In the meantime, enjoy whatever shenanigans you've got planned between now and tomorrow.
How can you plan shenanigans?
Exactly.
Well, I suppose you can.
Okay.
Anyway, bye. Goodbye.